Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Katherine Young and I'm a creative. And this is Captain Jack Sparrow. He is probably the biggest update I have from 2023. So I thought he should make a cameo in this video. So if you haven't seen this, well, he's not a little man anymore. He's getting quite chunky. If you haven't seen this little darling being introduced in other videos, this is Captain Jack Sparrow. He is the newest addition to the family. He is about a year old and he fails all sight tests except for high contrast. So he can see high contrast, but that's about it. I named him Captain Jack Sparrow because he's a little scallywag who walks around like a drunk sailor and runs into things because he's blind. And his backstory is that of mystery of which we shall never know the truth. All right, baby, you gonna get down? You gonna get down? Or we're just gonna keep holding the chunky baby? I think we're gonna just keep holding them. Okay. So we'll see how long he puts up with being in this video with his little cameo, but he's having fun. So, oh no, we might need to go down. All right, baby, go down. There you go. So today's video is going to be my annual kind of recap video. I've done them a few years in the past. I will link those ones below, but this one is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk more about personal circumstances and how that impacted the channel. It's not going to be as numbers heavy, and it's simply because I haven't put everything together for my taxes yet. And I really want to talk about moving forward in my channel this next year, things I'm looking at, strategies. This is my 5th year as an active creator here on the platform. And I kind of feel like I got a lot of things figured out these last few years. And I feel like I have some really good direction coming up. So let's get into all of it. It'll all be timestamped below. Okay, so let's get into the numbers portion because I know a lot of you are just here for that. On my channel in 2023, I made $1,327.01 in Google AdSense revenue. Doing vintage live sales, I was able to bring in $9,226.85. So money brought in from my channel with the sales and the Google AdSense was $10,553.86. Now, mind you, that is before taxes. Mind you, that is before expenses. Now, oh my gosh, just even this expenses of shipping. So my shipping cost last year was $2,310.09, which brings that total down to $8,243.77. I'm not factoring in what I bought for this channel. I'm not factoring all the shipping supplies and all that bought for this channel. I had to buy a new 16 terabyte hard drive. There are lots and lots of expenses in this channel. Last year, I had really thought about this channel as kind of like a goal for the channel of being like $1,000 a month channel. Like, can I bring in $1,000 before taxes, right? Before expenses. And I really didn't do that. It was closer to a $500 a month channel, if not less. And that is okay. We don't always, like reach all our goals. And my last year was kind of crazy, and I want to talk about it and how that impacted this channel. So last year, there were just a lot of curveballs I didn't see coming. Some I did kind of see coming, but a lot of it affected the capacity that I had to put into this channel. So going into 2023, I really thought about this year as prioritizing my channel as $1,000 a month channel because I really wanted to build my savings back up. The year before, I had been unemployed for 6 months and went through medical crisis. And what that ended up doing is it ended up depleting my savings to absolutely nothing. I'm fully employed now. I'm healthy now. I'm doing well now. But my goal last year was to really like build that savings back up and get back into a better place of financial health. And with the curveballs that were thrown at me last year, it just really didn't happen. I didn't have the capacity to put into this channel the way I would have liked because of a lot of other things that were going on. One of the very first things that took up my time, took up my resources, took up my energy, took up my finances was I had a pet in hospice. Little Miss passed away last year, and it cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to take care of her and do everything she needed right up to the end. And not to be overshadowed, Lily, the cat that I have now, also cost me thousands of dollars because she needed surgery. So both cats, thousands and thousands of dollars. And sometimes your focus just has to go to where your focus has to go. And well, my focus had to go there. And so that meant less time with my channel, less time working on stuff here, and just financially not the progress I wanted 2023 to be. The next hit is joy and a hit. So I had the greatest time this year. I went to Vegas with a ton of reseller friends. I'll link that video below if you want to check it out. I'll link them below. And it was so good for my heart to see people in person. That is something that I really needed to do. However, there's a catch. I did get COVID when I was in Vegas. Now, this was my first time getting COVID. I have had all my boosters I should have, but it took me down. So I have a lot of factors that I knew COVID would be very impactful for me. I am plus size. I have very limited lung function and asthma, and I'm immunocompromised. So I've always, since the pandemic started, have been terrified of what getting COVID would mean for me. And what it meant for me is it took me down. I had to take the antivirals. It was okay. I got over it, but I am a long hauler. COVID fatigue hit me really hard. For the first 2 months, I was missing 1 to 2 days of work a week at my full-time job. And it wasn't truly until about October that I wasn't missing at least a half a day of work a week because of COVID fatigue. And what I found was the COVID fatigue wasn't contingent on like doing a lot of work the day before, having a lot of stress. It was very random, very varied. It would just show up and I would be completely incapacitated, couldn't get out of bed. And from what I can tell, there's really nothing they can do about COVID fatigue. And so I've been working at getting back in the gym so that my stamina is higher, so the COVID fatigue doesn't affect me as much. But the COVID fatigue is real. That is another piece of capacity that put this channel on the back burner. If I'm not feeling well and barely making it to my full-time job, I can't show up here as well. I have to use the energy I have to go to the job that pays all the bills. Now, this next one is some self-induced problems. So not everything is like, oh, poor me, I didn't see that coming thing. Some of these are things and choices that I did myself that still impacted where we are today. I made the largest financial investment I've ever made in concert tickets for Aerosmith's Goodbye Tour last year. And well, yeah, they canceled the tour. So Aerosmith still has thousands of my money that should be in my savings, and I'm just waiting for them to reschedule. That, on top of all the pet bills, meant last year was a huge financial stressful situation. Now, do I regret spending any of that money? Absolutely not. This year, I'm going to go see Aerosmith. I'm going to be VIP. It's going to be amazing. It's already paid for, which is fantastic, but that was absolutely my own choice. And it absolutely got me away from my goals of financial health for the year. Another blow to my capacity for the channel was having a video that went viral. Now I know what you're thinking. Virality is great. It makes everything great. Why would that be a blow to your capacity? Well, what ends up happening is dozens and dozens of sponsors email you and want to work with you. People around the world email you and want to talk with you. Comments, everything becomes more and more to handle as your channel gets found and virality goes off the charts. And so I ended up being inundated and overwhelmed. And when, the amount of time I put in answering my channel comments and emails and such is only a few hours a week, and then it goes up to like 30 hours a week, it takes away your capacity to do something else. Now, don't get me wrong, I am so super grateful that my Halloween DIY video went viral. As of right now, it has over 55,000 views, and it was my largest earning video on the channel by far. I am so grateful. And the Halloween DIY content is my favorite content to make. So it's really, it feels so good in my heart. I'm so proud of myself that the best performing video on my channel is a Halloween focused DIY video because those are my favorite to make. And because that video did so well, I got to work with sponsors, which was also awesome. I got paid, I got free merchandise for making content, and I got to do a Halloween haul, which is my #2 most viewed video on this channel last year. Now, what was cool about working with that sponsor is I had looked on my back end and had seen which videos my audience watched. And Temu was one of the #1 videos y'all were watching over on the Misty Show, over on Chapter 2 Vintage Co., over on Real Nifty Vintage, other channels. It is what my audience was interested in, right? I don't think I would have taken the partnership if my audience wouldn't have been so interested, but it was your most watched videos this past year. And so I went for it, and it ended up working out pretty well. It gave me experience with working with a sponsor. It gave me income, it gave me free product, and it was obviously a video y'all enjoyed because y'all watched it a heck of a lot. I also got reached out by other sponsors, and I just ended up turning a lot of them down. But it felt really good to know that I was being contacted by sponsors who worked with other bigger channels. A lot of sponsors that worked with Jeffrey at Real Nifty Vintage and Misty on the Misty Show. A lot of them reached out to me too, and I was really honored because I'm an itty bitty channel compared to them. So it was pretty cool to get that attention, especially because the Halloween video had done so well. And then I did my absolute favorite sponsor video. It was so amazing. My teacup styling video. Ugh, that was a dream sponsor for me, working with Tea Bloom. I mean, they didn't technically pay me for the video. They did not. They just gave me free product. So just know I didn't get paid for that besides free product, but I love tea and I love teacups. And so I really wanted to make that video. The only thing I learned with that is when sponsors work with like third-party affiliates and stuff, it can be an absolute bear to work with them. And so moving forward, sponsorships are something I'm going to really reconsider because it is so labor and time intensive for what you get out of it. Even getting paid, it might not be worth my time, especially when I can get paid doing a sale and all the money comes to me, it's guaranteed income, and it's less time. So I'm watching this back and I realized that I forgot to say this. Towards the end of last year, end of October, and through the new year, my life got turned upside down. We had a family emergency. There was nothing I could do. My capacity, my time, and my attention had to go there. It meant I couldn't be on this channel. It meant I couldn't be creating things. It meant I couldn't be doing sales. I wasn't even home half the time. I was in a different state. So this channel got really quiet, and that's just life, right? That's just life. And, everything was impacted from my full-time job to my friends, my relationships, my personal life, my pets, everything was impacted by that. Everything, my finances, my availability, everything. And I couldn't show up here because of that. And I just want you to know that sometimes our focus just has to shift where it needs to go, and that's okay. But I'm excited to get my focus back here. So moving forward on the channel this year, here's my thoughts and my goals. So this year, I am going to try to make it a $1,200 a month channel. Before taxes, before expenses, all this thing, all the asterisks. But that's the revenue I would like to bring in every month. So what that means is I have to focus far more on selling than I have in previous years. But you know what? I'm back in the gym. I'm feeling better than I have in a long time, and I have the energy for it, and I'm gonna go for it. Also, I'm gonna do a lot less shopping. So you're gonna see a lot less like haul videos, shopping videos, and it truly is because I have to work through my death pile, okay? I have so much inventory. I could not shop all year. I can just shop my own inventory and I have sales for the year. I'm also going to prioritize creative videos and taking time for creative videos. Now that I have more energy, the COVID fatigue is really fading off. I'm going to go for it. I really want to make a lot of cool creative videos, a lot of cool creative Halloween and spooky videos, and I'm starting in January. Now, you may be like, Catherine, that's crazy. Why would you start Halloween videos in January? That's nuts. But here's why. What you don't know is I start my Halloween videos in June and July. It takes me so long to make the content and get the content out that I'm already months in advance. People think I'm starting, like, people see a video, they think I recorded it that day and put the video out. That's not how it works. Because I have a full time job, because I'm doing all these different things, I have little pockets of time to get things accomplished. So I'm going to start Halloween videos now. So I'm going to start them now. I'm going to film them. I'm going to create them. I'm going to do them. And then come August, I'm going to post. I'm going to post all that Halloween content back to back to back to back. And what this is going to allow me to do is not be stressed making the content while it's going. And if I have another case of a viral video, I won't be at max capacity working on all these creative projects while trying to handle all the emails and messages of virality. Hopefully, everything I'm doing will just be automated and going out. And if I need to expand my capacity for way more messages, way more emails, way more sponsors, all that piece, I will have the capacity for it because I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to finish up last minute Halloween DIYs. Oh, hi, Lily. You coming over here? Come on, Lily. Hi. Oh, she's going to move the camera. Hi. Hi. What? Yep, we moved the camera. All right, Lily says hi. You get 2 cameos in this video. You get both kitties. Can you believe it? You guys are so lucky. Oh, she's purring. I also am just going to focus more on creative and evergreen content than ever before. It is where my heart is at. It is what I love, but I really needed the energy to come back into my life to focus on that. Woo! The camera goes. But I do think I am there now. And so that really is going to be my priority and my focus. So this channel is going to stay vintage, thrifting, creative projects, and more. But the vintage content is going to be more unique, more varied, cooler ideas that I'm really proud of. And it's not necessarily just going to be me shopping and showing you what I bought. And the last goal for my channel is I would like to get to 8,000 subscribers this year. Don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to put it out into the universe because I believe you should put out into the universe what you want. And thank you, everybody who's here, who subscribed way in the beginning, who subscribed just recently. I appreciate you all. I wouldn't even be able to have live sales that sell out if it weren't for you. Y'all show up and sell out my live sales. It's amazing. So I get to keep playing in this vintage arena because of you. My time is valuable and you show up and show me that you value my time. So if you're excited to see what I do in 2024, please subscribe and ring that bell. And if you do, you'll be the first to know when I next upload. And that is it, y'all. Stay creative and bye.